Welcome to the Radiant Life podcast. I am your host, Tatiana, and I am a master mindset coach, and I'm obsessed with empowering you to live and create your best life possible. If you're looking to uplevel your mindset, life, happiness, and success, then you are in the right place. My goal with this podcast is to help you see the potential within yourself, to be able to break the limiting beliefs and habits that are holding you back, and to help you feel inspired to get clear with who you are in order to create the life you desire. Thank you so much for listening. Now let's get into today's episode. Hello and welcome to the Radiant Life podcast. I'm so excited to have you listening in on today's episode where we're going to be talking all about creating routines that serve you, how to do that, and how creating my routine, I will share my routine with you as well, has completely impacted the way I show up every single day. And I just feel amazing. So let's kind of get into it. I'll start with the importance, go about my routine just so you can have an idea of what it is that I do, and then bring you through a process that I help my clients go through when it comes to creating routines and maybe some habits to help serve you. So let's be real. Routines are so important. And maybe you are a very strict routine type of person, type A, you do the same thing every day, or maybe you're go with the flow. But I do believe it's important with whatever type you are to have some non-negotiables to start your days and end them on a way that makes you feel good. You want to fill up your cup. And that way, because think about it, if you're filling up your cup first, then what? You get to show up as your best self, and you are coming from overflow of love and happiness and joy, abundance, whatever it may be. But if you are just drained, burnt out, you're not taking care of yourself, you're not filling up your own cup, then how do you expect to show up as your best self? How do you expect to show up as the best employer, mom, wife, whatever it may be, right? You need to take care of yourself first, and these routines will help you get there. And it's absolutely changed the game for me. And not only that, routines can also help you stick to maybe new or current healthy habits that you have and are trying to implement to maybe become a newer, better version of yourself, or maybe just to reach some new goals of yours. And remember, routines and habits are not meant to drain you. You want to be excited to do this and not drained or not looking forward to that. And I'll be honest, I've had times where my morning routines, I was not looking forward to it, and that kind of was an eye-opener that I needed to make a change, because you want to enjoy your routines, and it just takes time to figure out what works for you. So I'll share you what my routine is like at the moment, and then bring you through a little exercise. You can journal or just listen through something that you can do when it comes to creating routines that will serve you. So my routine, are you ready to hear what my routine is like? I am an early bird. I wake up before the sun does. I absolutely love it because I love starting my day filling up my cup. So at this point in time, I am waking up around 5:15 and 5:30 a.m. Ooh, do you think I'm crazy for doing that? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you're doing it too. If you want to hear a crazier, back in 2017 when I was working jobs and everything, I was waking up between 4 and 4:30 a.m. So, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get the stuff you want to get done, right? But anyways, right now, waking up, say by 5:30 a.m. And the first thing I do is I roll over, shut my alarm off, and I will listen to something soothing, maybe something motivational, a yearly statement that I've created for myself, something soothing. And while I'm doing that, maybe I'll journal a little bit, journal what I'm grateful for, journal some affirmations, how I'm feeling, just a quick 3 to 5 minutes to help wake me up and just stay in bed still. But instead of pressing snooze, that's what I do. And it's a slow process. And then from there, I will chug a cup of water between 8 to 16 ounces, either right when my alarm goes off or right after my journaling session. And this is actually something I implemented exactly a year ago, last January 2020. And this has changed the game for me. If you are a person who struggles waking up, if you're groggy, if you press snooze a lot, I highly encourage you to have a cup of water next to your bed. And right when your alarm goes off, chug that. It will help wake your body up. It wakes your digestion up, your metabolism, your brain, and also you are dehydrated when you wake up in the morning. You just slept 8 hours. Your body needs water. So that is such a huge game changer for me. It truly woke me up and I just feel really good. Then I don't have my phone. I don't go on my phone. I don't roll over. I do not scroll. I wake up, I brush my teeth, I get ready, I get dressed, because then the next thing I do is I go to the gym. I enjoy my morning workouts. I like getting my workouts done and over with. I find if I wait later on in the day, the afternoon, or the evening, I will make excuses and I will not get it done. And my physical health is a priority. I have goals I want to reach. So I go to the gym first thing in the morning. After that, I come home, I'll maybe make a little shake, something to eat really quick. I'll shower. Then when I get out of the shower, that's typically when I do my affirmations. And after that, I will do a quick little meditation, get grounded, feel centered, visualize how I want to feel throughout the day, what I have to get done, and do a little bit of reading, either a personal development book. I don't really know, a few books that I've been reading at the moment, but I do reading. Again, I'm filling my cup up a lot in the morning. So I'll read. Sometimes I'll journal if I have a lot on my mind or I have a lot to say, or sometimes I'll save that for later on in the day. And then after I do all of those things, after I fill my cup up and do so many things, those are my non-negotiables, that is when I start my day. That's when I go on my phone, then I'll catch up on DMs, text messages, and that's around, on my phone wise, around 8:30. I'll get into work around 9:30 a.m. So what does that mean? That means from 5:30 to 8:39, I am doing things just for me. About 3 to 4 hours are solely for me. Now, I'm not saying you have to spend that much time on yourself. Maybe you can only fit 1 hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours, whatever it may be. But for me, that's what works. That's what I'm able to do. That's what fits my schedule right now. And it has been such a beautiful routine that I absolutely love. I thrive off of it. I've been feeling so good. It's a game changer. And then at night, I have a night routine as well. Not too much. This is something I'm working on to see what I flow with. But what I typically like to do is no phone past 8 or 8:30 p.m. I'll either try to read a little bit, journal, meditate. Really depends on like my mood. And I will be playing guitar soon. I'm trying to pick up a hobby. So that's what I'll be doing at night. Sometimes I will do a spa shower, which is amazing. I love spa showers. And yeah, that's a little bit of my night routine. I'm working on that. I need to get a little bit more into a skin and hair care routine. But that is my routine. That serves me. That fills my cup up. It allows me to show up as my best self, as my best coach, the best girlfriend, sister, roommate, friend. I fill up my cup and it is absolutely amazing. So now let's get into how you can do this for yourself, how you can create a routine that serves you. And remember, habits and routines take time. They say it takes about 21, 28 days. Some even say longer than that now, but really to build a new habit and a routine to stick. And so what I preach is, instead of trying to cut everything out and trying to create a whole new routine and diving deep into a new lifestyle, that will overwhelm you. Let's be real. So you want to take a second and you want to start slow. And remember, you want it to be a lifestyle, and it will take you time, because there's been times where I had a huge non-negotiable list and then I was feeling drained or resistance, and you don't want that. So you want to take little by little step. So what is the first step? Again, if you want to take a journal out and you want to do this as a little workshop, go for it. I encourage it. Press pause when you need to, journal it out. If not, think through it. You can come back and listen to it, whatever works for you. But the first thing I recommend you doing is a lifestyle audit. What does this mean? So you want to get a baseline of what you're currently doing. What are your current habits? So I encourage you to write down everything. I mean, absolutely everything you are currently doing in a day, day by day. So this includes the moment you open your eyes or your alarm goes off and wake up, to the moment you go to sleep. So maybe at the moment you press snooze 8 times, or you scroll and you check your emails or your Instagram, or you go up, you go to the bathroom. Just write down everything. What are some thoughts? What do you do? Do you exercise? Do you drink water? What is it that you do? And take time to write everything here. And make sure to have integrity with yourself. And be honest. There's no judgment here. I mean, no one else is going to read your paper. But be honest. What is it that you do? Are you eating Twinkies at midnight and you know that's not a good habit and that shouldn't be a part of your night routine, like be honest with yourself, because then you can actually be able to make changes, right? And so after you write this list, or maybe you're going through it through your head, then I want you to circle the habits that are a part of your routine that may be quote unquote bad, or habits, routines that do not serve your best higher self, or the goals you want to reach, the person you really want to embody and become. Some examples might just be, smoking 5 cigarettes a day, or drinking soda at 9 a.m., or waking up and grunting and complaining and like, ugh, I hate my life, I hate my job. Like, these are things that aren't serving you, right? Or the fact that maybe one of your routines is you press snooze 8 times and you kind of just embody that routine. Circle ones that do not serve you. Then let's get rid of the ones that you just circled that don't serve you. All of it, this is something to become aware about. And maybe this, depending on the extremeness of your habit or your part of the routine, start little by little, but this could be anywhere from negative thoughts to cleaning out your kitchen because you have like bad habits and routines of eating a cookie or a sleeve of cookies every single night. That's part of your routine that you have unconsciously adapted, right? And really figure out like, okay, these are the ones that don't serve me. Which one do I need to start working on removing, changing first? Again, if you have like 10 things circled, take a look at it and realistically look at it and say, okay, can I realistically cut all of these out right now? Will I feel overwhelmed? Will it be realistic? Or do I need to start little by little, right? I mean, I think you not going on your phone the first second you take you check your alarm clock, that's something you can get rid of really fast versus maybe cutting down on smoking a cigarette the first thing you do in the morning or at night. That's a little habit that's going to take some time. But just get real. Acknowledge what you need to work on. And the third thing to do is let's write down new habits and routines that you can start to implement. Because when you get rid of old ones, you might have some time, or you might need to feel productive or do something in exchange of that habit or routine. And you can write these as non-negotiables, right? And remember, it takes time to implement these. Some habits that I really recommend you implement in your routines, whether it's morning, night, whatever, that I truly believe everyone should do. Drinking water when you wake up. Like I said, this will help wake you up, wake up your metabolism, your brain. Not scrolling on your phone. Don't just go on Instagram or checking your emails first thing in the morning. Maybe adding in a midday walk. Maybe you have a little midday routine. Take a break from your computer screen, get some fresh air. No screens, including computers, phones, maybe even TV after 8 or 9 p.m. Maybe you go to bed reading a book, dim the lights because it's important. All of these blue lights are affecting our sleep. Maybe creating some affirmations to do in the morning to help with some positive self-talk. Getting some workout in at some point in the day. Stretching, doing a meditation, journaling. These are some things I really recommend that a lot of you have within your routines. And then when you write all these things down, I encourage you to just take some time to be like, okay, what can I do in the morning and what can I do at night? Because sometimes you might have this huge list, and this is what happened to me. And I felt like I had to do these 20 things in the morning, and I was getting overwhelmed, drained, and I was like, I don't have enough time for this. So instead, I realized, why don't I just split it and do some in the morning that really are meant for the morning? They're going to make me feel good and start my day right, and then shift ones to the night to have more time, to not feel rushed, and ones that feel good, like a good unwinding. I genuinely do like to journal a little bit more at night, like a more in-depth journal at night, because I get to talk about my day, see how I'm feeling, see what happened, and I just have more time to process things. So maybe writing down morning and night routines, and write it down on a piece of paper, or you can print a schedule and write down or Google Calendar, whatever it is, and then block off when are you actually going to do this. Maybe currently you're waking up at 7 a.m. and then in order to get into a morning routine, you need to wake up earlier. So maybe you start with waking up 15 minutes earlier and then you can increase it little by little. But then you say, okay, I'm going to wake up by 6:30 a.m. and from 6:30 to 7, I'm going to do these things. I'm going to journal, do my affirmations, and maybe stretch, right? And then at night, after work around 5:30, 6 p.m., no more work. That's when I will do a workout and whatever other routines and habits that you might have. And write this down. So this allows you to really visually see the non-negotiable things you want to implement, as well as when you are going to do it. So then you can see it and hang it up if you want. If you want to be like, okay, what did I tell myself my morning routine was going to be like? Oh yeah, this. Okay, let me do these things. You can do check marks or whatever it takes for you to really be able to implement this habit. And again, remember, this takes time. So maybe you start with one or two things, or setting your alarm clock only 15 minutes earlier. Do it little by little so it's not too drastic if you want to make sure this can be a lifestyle that you can sustain, right? And again, be consistent with it. Continue to show up. Imagine how it's going to feel when you fill your cup up, when you do these routines, right? If it makes you feel good, great. And if you're doing it and you're just like, something just feels off, I'm not excited about it, I want to do something, here's your permission to know that it's okay to change it up. Switch things up from morning to night, or add something, take something out. That's okay. Just because these are the things I do doesn't mean these are the things that you need to do, right? It's okay to change it up, but try being consistent. See how you feel. See how different you show up to work with your friends. People will notice your mood if you have these routines that fill up your cup. Got what I'm saying? Do you pick up what I'm trying to get out here? Routines are so important. They're so amazing, and they have absolutely changed my life and my clients' life. Like, I know this is a thing that everybody benefits from. Okay. Well, that concludes today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this episode was valuable to you, please take a screenshot, share it on Instagram, and tag me at Tatiana_Kuto and share your biggest takeaway, or even yet share what is one thing you are going to add into your routine. And I would love to chat and see what it is that you are going to be adding into your non-negotiable routines. Well, thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with me and write an Apple iTunes review so I can keep the good stuff coming your way. If you aren't following me already, you can find me on Instagram at Tatiana_Kuto. I appreciate you so much and cannot wait to see you in the next episode. In the meantime, continue to shine bright and embrace your radiance.